Hi, I'm Ren Hurst. I'm the author of Writing on the Power of Others and the founder and executive director for the New World Sanctuary Foundation in Southern Oregon. And I'm here today with Hickory and Harmony, but he's behind the camera. Anyway, I'm going to pick up where I left off last time on the harm of riding. I was just about to go into what happens when you get on the horse's back. And so, pretty much no matter how you ride, what equipment you're riding with, if you're bareback, if you're with the best fitting saddle of all time, whatever you're using to actually put the weight and pressure of a rider and any equipment on the soft tissues of the horse's back, it's going to create a compromised blood flow. And that repeatedly over time and for sustained periods of time can create some tremendous damage. But let's just talk about the subtle damage. So let's assume right now I'm talking to people who demonstrate an enormous amount of care and concern for their animals and really don't believe that any harm is caused by riding correctly. Well, even if you do everything right, and even if your horse is in the most perfect tip-top physical shape, which both of those are extremely unlikely, you're still going to create at the very least, a numbing sensation in the horse's back after a little while. And so, to the very subtlest degree, it's not comfortable for them to have us up there, and it really can't be, because there's no way for their back to compensate for that substantial of an amount of weight when it was never designed by nature to sustain such. There's not an animal on the planet that was designed with the idea of somebody climbing on top of them and sitting on them. I guess that could be argued, but I can't imagine how that could be possible. I think a horse was designed to carry the weight of a horse and move them forward and stretch out forward to back, not deal with the pressures of someone on top of them. This is Honey again, guys, and Boo has also joined us. Here's Boo. So anyway, that's super layman's terms, super casual way to explain it, but thankfully I have great friends like Stormy May, who recently in the last couple days put together a very expansive version of all this with all of the resources included that I'm just going to direct you to because that makes the most sense. And so if you haven't already, please go to YouTube and find the Our Horses channel. It's the same place that all of these videos are being hosted and edited. But there's a new one on there that talks about the science of the harm of riding. It's about 20 minutes long. It's definitely worth watching. And I'm going to try to include a link to that beneath this video that I post. And on top of Stormy's, if you haven't already seen Bite Size Vegan's version, that one's excellent also, and it would direct you to most of the same resources I would have used. So on Bite Size Vegan's page, you can just search horseback riding and it should come up, but I'll also include a link to that when I post this. And if you want, you can just watch my horses abuse me for a minute. While this is happening, it's a good opportunity for me to show how boundaries are set. So Boo is using me to scratch his face, and I don't have to allow that. And so what boundary setting looks like to me now is just that, what you just saw me do. He started rubbing on me. I moved just out of his way a bit. He's going to try again. I'll just dodge him a bit, and I'll just back up. And within a few moments, he's going to stop. That goes completely against everything I was taught in the horse training world about teaching a horse to take advantage of me. If you notice, he just took a step back, simply because I was patient. I indicated what I did not want him to do without making him wrong in any way. I didn't harm him. I didn't do anything to judge his behavior. His behavior is entirely acceptable because it's what he's doing. And it must make sense to him or he wouldn't do it. So all you have to do to get a horse to respect your boundaries is respectfully place boundaries, such as what I just did, just moving out of the way. And worst case, if I had a really pushy horse, a really young, immature horse, I would turn around and leave the pasture. And that might be frustrating, but I'd get over it. And the next time I come back, he'd have learned something. And it is really that simple. It really is that simple. So hopefully that's helpful to any of you wanting to learn how to get your horses to respect your space without training or hurting them in some way. And if you notice, most of these horses have now learned that they can be this close without actually causing me any harm. And it's just a little communication. It's really, really simple. So that's all I've got today. I'm about to head into the wilderness for 5 days and deal with all this new attention that's on me. And I will see you guys again next week. Thanks a bunch.